potentially later on in the day. There is no dangerous weather nearby currently. Some highlights from the third round. Jimmy Walker had a share of the second round lead, but lost it with some careless putting early in his round. Walker dropped that shot, made a birdie at number 6, then dropped another shot at number 8, his third bogey in his first 8 holes. He'd get a shot back at number 11, now for birdie at 12. And finally, Walker going back in the right direction, even on his round at the 15th. This for birdie to get to 10 under. And Walker finds the right side and gets back to double digits as the final hole, the par 5, this for eagle, to shoot 67. Walker would tap that in for a third round 68 and a one-shot lead heading into the final round. The man who he broke out of a tie from with that birdie at 18, Jason Day, at 6 for birdie. The defending champion making his presence known. All pars before that. At the 9th, the par 3. Day's tee shot was pure. And Jason Day would make that to get to 9 under. All pars to 18. And this for the moment for a share of the lead. So Jason Day with a third round 67 after Walker's birdie finds himself one back. William McGirt, second shot at 13. And McGirt, after birdies at 2, 5, and 12, added another at 13. Then 2 holes later, the 15th for birdie. McGirt to 8 under par. He would bogey the 18th, shoot 66. Henrik Stenson, second at number 6. The most recent major champion with a win at Troon. Stuck it in there, and Stenson would make that birdie. Now for eagle at the 18th. Birdies at 3, 11, 14. And a bogey at 10. He would convert his birdie putt there at 18, shoot his third consecutive 67. He's within striking distance. Brooks Koepka at 6 under on the par 3 12. He would make that for his second birdie of the day to go along with one at number 2. No bogeys on his card. He'd birdie 15, then an 18 for an eagle and a third round 65. Excuse me, that a birdie at 15. And 18 for birdie for a 66. Brooks Koepka improving his score by 1 shot each round. Hideki Matsuyama, third shot at 18. Matsuyama with birdies at 2, 9, and 10. Would make a birdie at 18, shoot 67. Drop shot at number 5. Final round action also today. 5th hole, second shot for Padraig Harrington. Almost holds it, and Padraig would make birdie there. At the 17th for birdie. Harrington to -6. This Brandon Grace at the 2nd for birdie. And Brandon Grace moving in the right direction. This for birdie at 4. 2 birdies and 3 holes. Branden Grace at 8 under par, making his presence felt. Had close finishes at major championships, including the U.S. Open last year. And Grace is moving his way up the leaderboard. Still more than an hour before Jimmy Walker begins his round with Robert Streb. Jason Day, defending champion, goes just about 1 hour from now. Between now and then, we'll see Stenson, Koepka, Matsuyama, McGirt all starting their final rounds as play continues here at Baltusrol Golf Club in Springfield, New Jersey. Third rounds completed this morning. Final rounds got underway quickly. And a lot of play out of the golf course. Some good play as well. Mickelson, 68. Luton, 65. So good scores are available. Billy Hurley III started his final round, has yet to post a score on the first hole. Same with Zach Johnson. Charles Schwartzel with a 2 under par 70. Ryan Palmer went from 1 over to 2 under with his 3 under par 67 in the final round. Keegan Bradley, 2011 champion, from 2 over to 2 under. This is Harrington at the 18th. A moment ago, his 3rd shot. So who knows? He'll have that for birdie to post 7 under par score for his championship. This for birdie. Oh, that's a tough miss. So Harrington will post 6 under par. And Padraig Harrington, nice round of 68, but close to really catching the attention of the leaders. He's the leader in the clubhouse currently at 6 under. This is Paul Casey at the 6th for birdie. And Casey gets to 5 under. At the 13th, a moment ago, Russell Henley's 2nd. Sit. Got 3 birdies, a couple of bogeys on his card. That for his 4th birdie of the day. Made 3 here yesterday, dropped a shot in round 2, but this now live. Henley able to get back to 4 under par for the championship. Top of the 6th, Branden Grace, 2nd shot. See by the scoreboard, Grace just 3 back. And Grace has a birdie chance from below the hole. Now Adam Scott at the 2nd hole for birdie. Going to move hard from his left to right. And Adam Scott to 5 under. 1 under on his round. Jason Day looking to successfully defend his title here. Last guy to do that, Tiger Woods, who's done it twice since 1999. What a year it's been for Jason Day since his claiming the Wanamaker Trophy 12 months ago. Jimmy Walker leading by a shot. 1 hour and 6 minutes from his starting time. Jason Day will go less than an hour from now. You can see Adam Scott moving his way up the leaderboard. Vaughn Taylor on the tee at 12. One under on his round. Birdies at 2 and 6. Dropped a shot at the 1st. Hasn't made birdie here all week, but he'll have an opportunity to do so today. Let's go to the par 5 17th. Hahn for birdie. That kind of day for James Hahn. Got 5 bogeys, 1 birdie on his card, 4 over for the championship, 4 over for his round. Kevin Na on the tee at 12. And Kevin moving in the right direction. He's 2 under on his round with a chance to get to 3 under for the championship. At the 13th, George Casilla second. George made bogey on this hole yesterday. Birdied it in round 2, made par in round 1. At 16, Brian Stewart, his second. Caught a little too much ball, as Stewart will have that left for his par. Bogey the last 3 holes last year. PGA Championship wire-to-wire winners. Bobby Nichols, Raymond Floyd did it twice. These are players who are leader or co-leader after every round. Hal Sutton back in 1983. Nick Price at Belle Reve in 94. Tiger Woods, Valhalla 2000. Needed a playoff to get that done, and Phil Mickelson right here 11 years ago. To 11, this is Kelson for birdie from off the green. Coming up considerably short. Kelson will have that to stay even for the championship. Grace for birdie at 6, a big one. Not enough speed. And Grace has put some pressure on leaders and majors of late. Currently, he's 3 back. Nice job as Grace tries to continue his press forward. Birdies at 2 and 4. And again, Grace just 3 shots back. Nice finishes in some major championships. Finished 3rd at the PGA Championship last year. Padraig Harrington a winner in this championship. Let's take a look this morning. The clouds moving, rain falling. Players trying to stay dry, trying to complete their rounds. Jason Day, a nice day. Jimmy Walker salvaged his with some birdies on the back 9. But the moisture has moved out of the area. Umbrellas have been put away. Sun trying to shine. 1 hour and 2 minutes from now, the final pairing of Jimmy Walker and Robert Streb will begin their final round here at the 98th PGA Championship. Walker with a 1-shot lead over Jason Day, who is just itching to get out on the golf course and try and defend his title of the PGA champion. Been done a few times throughout history, repeating a major championship victory, certain Hall of Fame status. Curtis Strange did it in the U.S. Open. You see Steve Stricker, second to last name there. He's 3 under par on the tee at 9. Stricker came so close back in 1998. Co-leader after 54 holes. Vijay Singh prevailed, but Stricker showed his style and class. A look at the 9th hole. The green is angled on this par 3 and well protected by bunkering. It's the 7th easiest hole on the golf course, playing just a shade under par today and sloping fairly significantly from back to front. Stricker looking around quickly to see if there's any sign of wind. Tommy Lamb, his caddy. Lamb's caddied for Jay Haas, among others. Brad Faxon. But Stricker trying to make a move on the back nine. Finds the bunker on the ninth. Saw George Katsia hit it to here on 13. This for birdie. Ooh. Just creased the hole. He'll end up making 4 here. And a little disappointed with that result. On the 12th, Kevin Na to keep it going in the proper direction. This for birdie. 2 under on his round. Kevin Na knew early on that ball was going to drop. On the tee at 12 is Kelton. Now Na. Both caddies and his fellow competitor are off the green. Kelton ready to go. Made bogey here yesterday as Lee Westwood gets set to play. Tough day for Lee. 3 over par. He's also 3 over in his 3rd round. Shot 40 on the front, 6 over on the front. Round 4. Bogeys at 2 and 4, and then 1 at 10. Tell by the reaction, not loving that one. About hole high, but a long birdie putt. 3rd shot at the long par 5 17th. Kevin Kisner. Kisner so close to an eagle, he'll have just a tap in there to birdie 17 for the 4th day in a row. At the final hole, 2nd shot for Francesco Molinari. So Molinari will have an eagle putt at the final hole to get to 5 under par and shoot 66 in the final round. Adam Scott now, 2nd shot, 3rd hole.
Come on, Ozzy!
After a birdie at number 2, Scott will have that to get to 6 under, just 5 back. To the first hole, 2nd shot for William McGirt. If he can make some early birdies, he'll certainly catch some attention. Off more than an hour before the final pairing, and McGirt in good position to make birdie at the first. Now Molinari for eagle at 18. Molinari will make his birdie. Shoot his best round of the week. 67. So he improved his score each day. And Francesco Molinari, 4 under par, has a major championship he can be happy with. So yet to claim one of the biggest trophies in the game. That's Rich Beam finishing with a birdie at 18. So some stumbles midway through his second 9, and Rich Beam shoots 71. Grace, second shot at 7, just missed that birdie at 6. Oh, unlikely to miss that one. Brandon Grace putting some pressure on. So Grace, you see, 3 back. He's going to go to 9 under. Jimmy Walker, less than an hour till his starting time. Jason Day, about 45 minutes. Henrik Stenson, a little bit before 3 o'clock local time. It's currently 2:21 in the afternoon on the East Coast. Jordan Spieth will tee off in about 1 minute. Summer Hayes has already begun his final round, yet to post a score on the first hole. Grillo, Martin Keimer, Ricky Fowler will get going shortly. Mickelson is done for the day. Not a bad performance for the man who won this championship at this venue 11 years ago. Third round finished today. Final round began, remaining in the same pairings as they did in third round action. James Hahn, second shot here at the home hole, par 5 18th. And Hahn hits the green but can't hold it. Let's go over to the first tee.
Please welcome to the tee from Dallas, Texas, Jordan Spieth.
All right, Nick, for him to have a chance at victory, and that's all he's got in his head these days, what's he got to do? What's he got to shoot? How low would he have to go?
I got to believe the top 4 or 5 will keep going forward, so we could be looking at 13 under, something like that to win this.
One of the hardest holes here. Par 5 for the membership. Out of bounds left.
I was doing the call at the Open Championship, and with the weather coming, I was saying if you could break 70 between Henrik and Phil, break 70 today, you'd be the Open champion. And of course, I was 7 shots out on that call. So I'll go with 13 under minimum today. I mean, especially if those guys look into each other's eyes and nobody wants to give in, got to feel it. And the way the course is playing, they could just birdie everything.
Over to 3.
To go 2 under for the first 3 holes, and what a start for Scott. He's in the mix now at 6 under par, but I agree with you, Nick. They're going to keep going low in these calm, coolish conditions, no wind to speak of, and very, very soft greens in excellent condition. But it's Jimmy Walker in front by 1 at 11 under par here.
Out at number 4. This is Tanahara for birdie. Hideto Tanahara shot 73 in the third round, 66 in the second round. All pars here today. Let's head to the 7th, where David Lingmerth has a birdie putt. Get back to even on his round. Having a tough hole to birdie. He's made par 2 of the days, bogeyed at 1. That bogey came in the second round on Friday. On 3, Gregory Bourdie for birdie. Three sub-70 rounds so far, but he's 1 over on his round today. And the rain is back. Coming down a little bit harder. Still not threatening the course with unplayable conditions. And no warning signs posted for dangerous conditions regarding electricity in those dark clouds you see, just moisture. So they will play until the course is unplayable or the weather becomes dangerous with lightning in the area. Currently neither of those the case, as live final round coverage of the 98th PGA Championship continues. This is Bill Haas, third shot at the final hole, par 5 18th. Very nice approach. Haas, a couple of bogeys on his round, yet to birdie 18 this week. At the 10th, Danny Lee second. Obviously difficult lie in that thick, wet rough. He's got 2 birdies and a bogey on his round today. Made birdie 10 yesterday as we go to Cameron Tringali on the tee at 16. Tringali even on his round today after making birdies at 9 and 14. We'd love to get to 1 under on his round here. Made bogey well, en route to shoot 77 in round 3. Tringali with a birdie putt at the par 3 16th. At the first, McGirt for birdie. And McGirt on the move early. He gets to 8 under. This is Grace trying to move 1 shot closer.
And that's only the 4th birdie by the field today. So Grace -9, 2 behind.
Fourth hole, 195. Doesn't like it.
He's got the putting surface, though.
He's on the upper level, but wow. What's that, close to 45 feet away?
Jordan Spieth at 1.
Well, this will be very interesting. He throws a dart in there. A bit of rain coming down right now. Yeah, knocked it down a touch.
He's been very happy with his ball striking this week. Just hasn't been holding those mid-range putts that he's usually so exceptional. Dropping 15 to 25 footers. Let's go to Russell Knox.
This was just a moment ago, Jim. It shows you what can be done from 50 feet. And watch the result. Born in Inverness on a cloudy day. Makes the absolute huge putt here at 15. And he's playing alongside Mark Leishman, who, well, he did not make it from much closer. So let's go back to the 8th hole, par 4. Just 2 par 4s under 400 yards. This is one of them. 3 bunkers down the left. Avoid those. Oh, soft conditions certainly going to help that out. Just a short iron will be left for Grace, who's making a little bit of a move up the leaderboard. He's only 3 back now. Of course, Jason Day. Can he win another? Join that rear list at the top. David Graham, Greg Norman are the 2 Australians with 2 majors.
Bill Haas missing his birdie putt at the 18th, so unable to birdie the final hole any of the 4 rounds. At the 6th, Oosthuizen for his birdie, currently 1 over after dropping a shot at 5. Back to 5. John Senden second. Nice championship for Sendon. He's even on his round today, but shot 69 yesterday. Currently 3 under. At the 18th, Hahn for birdie. And a tough day for James Hahn. But he ends with a birdie. 3 over par for the championship. Final round 73. First and third rounds pretty decent though. Brandt Snedeker now for birdie at 12. He's dropped shots at 7, 9, and 11. Makes par there at 12. At the 9th, Paul Casey on the tee.
That's a golf shot right there. Get up. Get up. What's up, Paul? Good shot, Paul. Muscle just started.
218, Aaron Badley second.
Good.
Been an up and down day for Aaron. Bogeyed 3 of his first 7, birdied 4 of his next 6, all pars since then. As we go to 7, KJ Choi in the bunker. His second shot, difficult par 4. All pars today though. Made bogey here yesterday. Also bogeyed the 6th in the first round. Jordan Spieth for birdie at the first.
Up to 2.
We've got Will McGirt back here in this fairway.
Get back there.
And doesn't quite get back there for McGirt. But he'll have another birdie putt. This one at 2. At 8, hottest golfer on the course, Brandon Grace. Made a birdie yesterday at number 8. This hole. He's birdied 3 of his first 7 today. Jordan Spieth tapped in for his par on the first hole. And Grace will have a lengthy birdie putt here at 8. Adam Scott for par at 4. Big putt. Just slides out of the hole, and Adam Scott will drop 1 shot. Birdie 2 and 3, then bogeyed number 4. This is Kevin Kisner at the 18th. His second shot.
Come on, Win.
Made birdie at 17. He'll have an eagle putt here at the 18th. This is Kelce at 13. His second shot. Got a nice final round going. Birdies at 5 and 9. Have another chance at 13. At the 15th, Jonathan Vegas for birdie. Unable to convert his 5th birdie of the day. He's got 4 against 1 bogey. at the 13th, second shot for Lee Westwood. Lee's still looking for his first birdie today. We go to the 18th. Aaron Baddeley's third. That close for eagle, so Baddeley will have that to shoot 68 and finish 1 under par. Let's take a look at some leaderboards. It's currently 2:36 on the East Coast. 40 minutes from now, Jimmy Walker, and Robert Streb will begin in the final pairing of this final round of the PGA Championship. 9 minutes prior to that, Jason Day will get going in his title defense. Final round. Patrick Reed goes at 2:49. Justin Rose, Francesco Molinari already finished up, showing their birdies out there. Brandon Grace taking that knowledge, making some early birdies, making a charge. Jordan Spieth parred the first. Russell Knox, Jonathan Vegas, Russell Henley all getting close to finishing their rounds. Phil Mickelson has finished his. Martin Keimer, the 2015 PGA champion, he'll get going just about 20 minutes from now. Ricky Fowler has started his final round, yet to post a score at the first. Blow round of the day, Yus Luton. 65, moving him to 3 under par. Charles Schwartzel, even par 70. Palmer and Bradley, both subpar rounds in this, the final round of the 98th PGA Championship. Third round suspended yesterday. Third round play finished today, including the final 4 groups who didn't hit 1 shot all day on Saturday, but have finished their third rounds. Many have started their final rounds. Within 40 minutes, the entire field will be underway here at Baltusrol Golf Club. Kevin Kisner trying to close his day with an eagle. Does not give it enough. So Kisner will make birdie here at the last. And his major championship season will be over, as he'll finish up with an even par 70. 5 under par for the championship. Playing alongside Aaron Baddeley. Back to number 2, McGirt for birdie. To pull within 2. Give it some good speed coming up the hill, but just not enough. Still a stress-free par, and McGirt will stay 3 back. It's final round action here at the 98th PGA Championship from Baltusrol Golf Club in Springfield, New Jersey. Jimmy Walker leads by 1 shot. He'll start his final round less than 40 minutes from now. The rain has intensified on and off throughout the day. A little bit more intense right now than it had been for the last couple hours or so. No lightning in the area, though. Umbrellas are up. Play continues. The course still playable. You see the greens. No puddling water on the green. That would make a green unplayable, and they would immediately stop play and squeegee those greens. As we go out to the difficult 7th, KJ Choi, 3rd shot here at the par 4. Nice shot by KJ, man who was vice captain of the International President's Cup team for Nick Price last year in South Korea. At the 11th, Steve Stricker, 2nd. The next U.S. President's Cup captain will have a birdie putt at the 11th as we go to 13, and Kelton has this for birdie. Just slides by on the high side as Kelton will stay 2 under on his round, even for the championship. Bradley Dredge, 4th shot at 17. Made birdie here yesterday, but he'll have that for par today. An excellent 4th shot as he found trouble early in this golf hole. So Walker, leading by a shot at the end of the 1st round, tied at the end of the 2nd round, leads by 1, entering the 4th. Here's Bubba Watson. That his 3rd shot at 17. Bubba 2 over on his round, 2 over for the championship. Lost in a playoff to Martin Kaymer back in 2010 at Whistling Straits. The year Dustin Johnson was assessed a penalty on the 72nd hole, knocking him out of a chance to join those two. Jimmy Walker with the 1-shot lead. Man looking to go wire to wire for the first time since 2005 when Phil Mickelson did so in a PGA championship right here at Baltusrol. At 8, this is Brandon Grace for par. That was an important putt. And Grace shows his clutch putting ability and scoring ability in a major championship. He's done that quite a bit over the last few years, and he's currently trailing by just 2. Low man out on the golf course, though. William McGirt just 1 back of him, but overall it's Jimmy Walker leading Jason Day by a shot. Stenson gets going in 15 minutes. Patrick Reed next on the tee. Kaymer will play alongside Stenson. Molinari finished with 67 today. All of these players acquitting themselves well here in northern New Jersey, but they will not be taking home the Wanamaker Trophy. To the tee at 9, Brandon Grace.
As we go to the 9th.
Today, 211 yards. This 9th hole. Brandon Grace now. Holiday cut back in that left-hand portion. Don't want to miss this left and left bunker. That's short side in yourself. That's a no-no. Little par 3s out here, Baltusrol.
Grace finds the putting surface, but will have a long attempted birdie to pull within 1. Jordan Spieth at the 2nd. This for birdie. If Jordan wants to add a Wanamaker to his trophy case, he's going to need a bunch of birdies, and he's going to need them quick. Trails by 7. Didn't like it from the get-go. Not quite enough speed, so he will stay at 4 under. Jordan Spieth with pars on the first 2 holes. This was the leaderboard last year at Whistling Straits, and current position from those who finished 1st through 5th. Almost an identical Leaderboard this year with Jimmy Walker as the interloper. On the third, second shot for William McGirt.
McGirt back on top of the hill, firing a hybrid down there, and he's ripped it into the middle of the green and just 12 feet away for birdie for McGirt. A winner at Memorial earlier this season, just a couple of months ago, his first victory on tour. And 6 top 10s already this season.
Well, we began our show with a wonderful narration from the oldest PGA professional, Gus Andreone, at 104. And now we get to tell you about
final round action here at the 98th PGA Championship. Live action continues as we go to 17, where Bubba Watson has this putt for birdie. And Watson, that kind of championship for him. Everything just seemed to slide by. He makes par at the long 17th. The shorter par 5 18th lies ahead. At 14, Kevin Na for birdie. Quietly working his way up the leaderboard. Never online, and Kevin Na's got some work left for his par. Bogey free today, but only 3 holes remaining after this. At the 16th, Ross Fisher on the tee. Ross looks like he's settled in his own pitch mark, obviously able to repair that, but Fisher 1 over on his round. Needed to get something going early if he had any chance of threatening the top of this leaderboard. Unable to do so as we go to 11. Andy Sullivan second. Nice approach by Sullivan, even on his round. At 14, Lee Westwood second. An excellent approach by Westwood. At 13, long range putt for Frazier for birdie. Just scares the high side of the hole. At the 8th, KJ Choi's second shot on the way. The man with the nickname Tank will have a birdie putt. At the 17th, third shot for Russell Knox. And Russell Knox will have a downhill birdie putt. Back to 13. This is Young Han Song. His second shot. 1 over on his round, 3 over for the championship. But he's hole high and has a chance to get back to even on the day. This is first hole. Hideki Matsuyama third.
Matsuyama's third into the first. And that is just gorgeous. To 9.
Well, we've got a little cross-country one here from about 45. Brian Grace, try to get this close and not get your heartbeat up. And that will leave just a little flutter, just a little flutter. He's currently at 9 under, only 2 shots back. Let's go to 3.
Spieth on the tee of the long 4. Up to the front of the tee today for the back hole location.
I was just going to say, Ian, a tough tee shot, turns right to left, but fairway goes left to right.
Well, he's avoided the trees, Nick, so it's a tough one too, because not only is it a demanding shape shot as we go back over to the range and see the 2 leaders, Jason Day in the foreground, Jimmy Walker, can he lead wire to wire? Phil Mickelson did in 05 when he won here. Jason Day first in the world. See there on the right side the world rankings. Jimmy Walker 48th, not having his best season. Could it be Stenson perhaps? Back-to-back majors.
Out at the 8th, John Curran has a birdie putt. Quietly 2 under for the championship. 1 over today, made a bogey at number 3. Shot 1 under par 69 yesterday. Little work left for his par. Over the 16th, we saw Ross Fisher's tee shot. This is birdie putt. Always on the high side. As Fisher will look to make his par. At the 17th, Russell Knox for his birdie. It's the first par 5 on the golf course, second to last hole. Russell Knox will make par here and stay 1 under for this round, 4 under for the championship. At 16, George Casilla for birdie. We'll have a relatively long par putt remaining. Snedeker's second shot at 14.
I'm not saying a word.
And Snedeker will have that for his birdie.
Great shot. Really good shot.
At the 18th, Kyle Reifers for eagle, just on the fringe at the front left part of the green. Nice day going, 3 birdies, 3, 5, and 11. No bogeys. Just parred 17. Would love to finish with an eagle here at 18. That's a great lag putt. So Kyle will end up shooting 66 today. Finish this championship 4 under as the final 3 groups getting ready to tee off. Stenson and Keimer in the 3rd to last pairing, heading to the first tee. Already out on the golf course, though, is William McGirt. Unable to get that birdie putt to drop at the 3rd. Moment ago at number 9, Brandon Grace for par. Important putt.
Cruised right through that front 9, pretty good shape, didn't he? 3 under. Again, the best round was 5. Let's go to the 10th hole.
Well, the perfect line is that bunker left, creek on the right-hand side of the fairway. Instant indication that was just rifled out there. Beautifully done. There's that little creek that really pushes in right where the boys are going to be landing it.
Let's move back to the first here, Nick, with Koepka. Ooh, short side.
Yeah, just 466 the first today.
To 3.
Okay, from the right side, top of the hill, Jordan Spieth got the driving iron. Yeah, we were saying before, Nick, you can't see the fairway here at the third. It's a very intimidating tee shot.
Well, Tillinghast threw everything at them. You know, they got the whole turns right to left, fairway goes left to right. They've got a creek to get across if they miss the fairway, and undulating green.
Jimmy Walker getting ready to go. 65, 66, 68 of his first 3 rounds. Since 1958, when the PGA Championship became a stroke play competition, it was match play before then. Lead or co-lead to become champions, 33, 57%. Will he increase that number this evening? Last 3 rounds he's led. We've talked about it. Lead or co-lead. Co-lead after 2 rounds at 9 under par, and looking to become a wire-to-wire winner, the same as Phil Mickelson was back here in 05.
Paul Levy has the honor of getting Stenson and Keimer started.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2:58 starting time. The referee for this group is Chip Essick, PGA member from Hickory Stick Golf Club in Greenwood, Indiana. The rules observer for this group is Jack Connolly, PGA past president, North Hills Country Club, North Hills, Pennsylvania. Now on the tee, from Sweden, Henrik Stenson.
Henrik's last 7 rounds here in the span of really 2 weeks. 68, 65, 68, 63, 67, 67, 67.
Yeah, and if you call it a par 72, that's 5 under each day. Same as the Open.
Trying to do what Rory did back in 2014, when both the Open and the PGA the same season.
If you're watching earlier, he hit 3 wood up 18, and he had a wonderful knowing on his face that he just flushed both of them perfectly. So he is feeling, I think, very confident with his game.
Koepka, green side. Very nice. Runs out about 3 feet.
You made a good point earlier on, Jim, that these guys are not playing each other. They go in 4 separate groups.
Yes.
Can't look the other guy in the eye, and here's Phil finishing. And just wanted to say, Henrik, I spoke to him after. He said he is Phil on 18, but the story is that
as Mickelson earlier finishing with a birdie at 18 for 68.
The man who won in 2005 at this very venue. What a popular person in the New York area. This is Brandon Gray's second shot at 10. So Grace will have a putt to move within 1. An exciting final day as live final round action continues here on Sunday at the PGA Championship. McGirt now for birdie at 4.
Oh, does it get there? Yes, it does for birdie. To 9 under. Your theory on this, looking one another in the eye, had you repaired, you wouldn't have been able to have a Sunday finish, but you would have had a Walker Day final pairing.
Absolutely.
Maybe for Jimmy Walker, it's a better thing. You're not looking into the eyes of the most dominant player this year in golf.
I always like that. I think if you're in there trying to win, you want to know what's going on.
This is at 3.
Surprised they didn't mark the ball up there near the hole. It was could have been an assistant there. Just a little bit too much club on the ball there. Squeezed it a bit, didn't check.
Jason Day. He won Arnold's event, won a World Golf Championship match play, won the Players. He's ranked number 1, and he won this event last year, trying to successfully defend.
At the 11th, second shot for Paul Casey. And Casey, with 1 par, 1 bogey, needs to make some birdies. At the 13th, Young Han Song for birdie. Never high enough. As the rain continues to fall lightly, we go to the 17th. Jonathan Vegas for birdie, the long par 5. At the 10th, David Lingworth with a birdie putt. First birdie of the day for David Lingworth. A disappointing final round for him. Started the day 3 under. Now goes back to 2 under as we go to the 16th tee. Kevin Na set to play. Very efficient play today from Kevin.
Oh, be right. Get left a little.
Just stayed out of the bunker. At the 15th, long range birdie putt for Lee Westwood. Proper speed. At the 10th, Grace to pull within 1.
Tee off at 1. Back at 1.
Oh, didn't like it, did he? Got a little steep on that one.
He doesn't miss hit many shots these days.
Doesn't, you know, it's all about the right shoulder, right forearm, getting that in the right position. Occasionally pops it in the wrong place.
To 3.
Difficult putt for par here for Jordan. Runner-up in the PGA last year, of course. Jason Day at Whistling Straits. 2 wins and 6 top 10s so far this season in what they call a down year. Over to the second.
Hideki Matsuyama now. I gave it that optimistic stride like that was going to be parked in the hole from about 30 feet. He's going to tap that in. He'll remain at 7 under, 4 shots back. And Koepka, everybody's going to drive it here about 220 off the tee, whatever you can get to there, and then just kind of plop it over that bunker. You see where that flag is in the back. There you go. Try to control your spin. And be underneath it, putting back up. That's pretty flat up where that is. Chris Koepka, he's at even par for the day, 9 under, just started his round, only 2 shots back. There you get the idea. Again, you look for, is there any low scores out there? And there's not many, so you don't, you know, you get past the first 10 guys, and it's going to be hard to creep up on these guys that are playing well at 10 or 11, so we'll find out.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 3:07 starting time. The referee for this group is Brian Jones, PGA member, Black Oak Golf Club, Long Valley, New Jersey. The rules observer for this group is Ken Lindsay, PGA past president from Deerfield Golf Club in Canton, Mississippi. Now on the tee, from Argentina, Emiliano Grillo.
Susie Whaley with the introduction. And again, Grillo, as he told us he would prefer to be called, is just 23. Did not have the best of it this morning, Nick. He was 3 over for the round.
Yeah. That's a beautiful looking tee shot, right center, trying to draw a touch.
Gotta like that one, Donnie.
From Australia, the 2015 PGA champion, Jason Day.
He did not have the benefit of what he would normally like to do in the days leading up to a major as far as preparation. He was sick at the beginning of the week. An illness that ran right through the family. He even had his wife Ellie in the hospital for a brief visit. He was under the weather. Again, did not get that many holes in as far as practice. And now going 36 today.
Yeah, but they all had a break, didn't they, yesterday? So I was speculating whether that would help a few of them. Been driving beautifully, just a couple of pushes, you know, to the right. That seems to be his miss this week.
And that is the miss here,
yeah.
Nick.
Oh, and nestles down in that nasty stuff, especially with the flag on front right.
Looked like it was right behind one sizable clump of grass. Up ahead, Stenson.
A little awkward one off a tight lie. Lob it across the corner.
And you can see this putt will be breaking on him. Could be a little severe left to righter coming up for par. Final pairing is heading to number 1 right now. Our leader, Jimmy Walker, on his way to what could be the biggest day of his career. You are watching the 98th PGA Championship on CBS.
At the 6th, this is Billy Hurley for birdie. Bogeys at 1 and 3, and then a birdie at 5. Unable to make another birdie here at the 6th. At the 17th, Ross Fisher for birdie. Nice championship for Ross as we go to the 16th tee. Lee Westwood set to play. Lee will have a long putt for 2 on this hole. At the 13th, this is Steve Stricker's 4th shot. Trouble off the tee. Well played, though he will drop a shot. At the 18th, par putt for Mark Leishman. So Leishman will make a bogey on the final 2 holes of his PGA Championship. No birdies in his final round. And a tough way to end. This is the 13th fairway. They're squeegeeing off as much water as they can. Preferred lies being played in this, the final round. This is Henrik Stenson for part 1. Now Brooks Koepka for birdie at number 2 to pull within a shot. Just misses on the high side. Now Jason Day, who missed the fairway at the first, his 2nd shot.
Really well pitch under. And if that didn't make it through the first rough, did it scuttle across the other side of the fairway or gets caught up in the rough, Dottie? We've lost.
I believe that ball has found the rough.
Didn't get a
on the far
on
side.
the other side?
Yes, on the other side, yes.
At least he has an angle now.
Here's Grillo.
Well done there from 172. A little bit of breeze up in the face and very humid.
Emiliano 37th in the world to 11.
And Brandon Grace in perfect position here at the short 4. Really turns through the ball nicely, maintains that wrist angle. Chance there, that's not a bad angle to be putting from at 11. He's had 3 birdies on that first 9. Bogey free so far today.
And we've got Will McGirt here, winner of the Memorial. Early in the year, he's had a heck of a year. Ranked 46 in the World Golf Rankings, so he's from this year, he has definitely got the pedigree to handle this. 2 shots back, trying to make a 1. He'll get his par. 37 years old, kind of blooming a little late, but blooming nevertheless. And a shout out to all the people that are out here from the New York area, New Jersey. I mean, not a good day out here. It's muddy out in that golf course, and they look at them. They're everywhere. Great golf fans here.
No cameras, no cell phones, please.
So from the other side of the fairway now, 3rd shot for Day.
It's a reasonable lie from the 2nd cut. Very, very good angle. 95 yards.
Should be less spin coming out the rough. Oh, didn't get it there.
Again, he's been bogey-free since a double on Friday at the 7th hole. He's been 10 under since that double bogey.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 3:16 starting time. The referee for this group is Tom Karpus, PGA member from Kennett Square Golf and Country Club, Kennett Square, Pennsylvania. The rules observer for this group is Jim Remy, PGA past president, Okemo Valley Golf Club, Lovegrove, Vermont. Now on the tee, from Bernie, Texas, Jimmy Walker.
He is just outside of San Antonio. 5-time winner, including winning at home last year at the Valero Texas Open.
This is his first time leading a major championship in the 4th round. At least, Jim, unless he went home and took a nap after the 3rd round, he didn't have to sleep on it.
I think that's what he planned to do, Peter. Yeah. I thought it was interesting. He bogeyed, had 3 bogeys on the front nine and then really found his tempo on the back nine. And obviously, as you know, that's going to be the key element today, is that tempo under pressure.
Saw no action yesterday because of the weather, but has slept on the lead Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights.
He'd be feeling it.
When he's on, he's an excellent driver of the golf ball, isn't he, Nick?
Beautiful. Hits it high and straight.
From Shawnee, Kansas, Robert Streb.
And again, not repairing. These two played together this morning, went off shortly after 7:30 local time. He shot 72. He had a putt for birdie at 18, 5 feet away, and 3 putted. But shot 63 on Friday, just the 30th 63 ever shot in major history. Tied lowest. What do you expect out of him today, Peter?
Well, you know, he struggled for most of the year, so I think, as Nick said at the top of the show, it's all about him controlling his nerves and his rhythm and his tension level. If he can do that, he can play. Let's use the Konica Minolta BizHub Swing Vision camera to take a look at Jimmy Walker's golf swing and what he's done with it. A couple things going on in his golf swing. The first is he's got the right knee trying to get stabilized in the backswing, and then watch him rotate his head as he goes forward. He worked with Butch Harmon on trying to get better rotation of his body on the through swing end of last year, beginning of this year, and I think he's now finally comfortable with all of that.
Up ahead, this is from just off for par day.
He did take advantage of the preferred rules situation for today. Lift clean and placed it.
Try.
Just needed that much more speed.
So that's a first miscue again since that double bogey on Friday at the 7th, which all that did was start the best streak of the championship. 7 birdies in 8 holes after that double, and not a one of them a par 5. Of course, Molinari had a 6-hole birdie stretch to end his 3rd round, but Day drops to 2 behind, and we head over to the 3rd.
Where Brooks Koepka is playing his 2nd. It's a long way down, but in the rough. He wasn't going to play later this week. His right ankle was still in bad shape. He didn't play at all for a month until Saturday. He started playing again. Played 9 holes each day in practice. Be interesting to see how strong that remains through this 36-hole day today as we go to this 2nd hole.
Perfect position off the tee, 170 yards left. Trying to get it up in this back right pin position. Not too much spin, and he did just that. He's going to have a pretty good look, about 15, 17 feet. for his birdie. And again, the second hole is one of the easiest holes in these first 7. So you got to get this hole. And you can see the bunker on the right there is about 230. Look at it. Look at these eagles. Look at this. Imagine getting an eagle here, making a 2, and you're not even close to getting a skin. Fourth easiest hole there, playing under par. This is the kind of optimistic stuff you need to look at early here. Gary Woodland just hacking out of that rough. What's a chance he gets this thing online in the right distance? Well, he did. That was a good one there. Yeah, this is easy here. It's like the fairway. And he's a really good iron player. Find out how much you're going to spin it, place it accordingly, and count that one. And now Ryan Palmer. See which one you like the best. You have a rating. That wasn't as much spin as a decky, so that one's going to be kind of at the end. So far, for me, it's Woodland. Summerhays.
This is going to top it.
Perfect position. You think so, Jim?
Go. Just watch.
Huh? You like that one where it kind of dances around and real quick disappears?
Yeah.
Okay.
The rabbit in the hole. I love it.
I still like Woodland. He had to figure out a lot of stuff. Let's go to Brandon Grace.
Yeah, I kind of like Matsuyama's. Anyway, here's Brandon Grace for birdie. 3rd last year in the PGA Championship and 3 top 5s in the last 6 majors. So his confidence is high in the big competitions, big championships. Back to 1.
And Jimmy Walker will be hitting this approach from a good spot.
179 yards, good lie, obviously lift clean in place, but I got to tell you, walking the first fairway, it is remarkably dry given the rain that we've had. Jimmy has a 6-iron.
Yeah, a couple of extra rehearsals there, Peter, just to settle things down.
Yeah, he starts it left, trying to cut it back.
Yeah.
Good safe shot for the first hole, Nick.
I agree. I think it's when you haven't felt this pressure before, it's good to just do enough things to just calm you down.
To 6.
And William McGirt, second shot. Right side, 2 under on today's round. A long way away from birdie. Let's go back to 1.
And Streb.
That shot from 174. He chose a 7-iron. I think he wanted to be comfortable getting over the lip.
Yeah, it sounded like it clipped the grass in front of him.
Well, he had a lip issue for sure there.
To 2.
The big hitting Brooks Koepka here at the difficult 3rd. Long range up the hill. Good safe putt. Just to tap in for the par. 4's always a good score there. Back to 2.
All right, pretty good look. Should hook a little bit. Trying to get within 1. Again, they're just kind of hooking a little late. Well played, though. Let's go to 8.
This just a moment ago. Big drive. It's just under 70 yards left for Adam Scott. That's right. It went straight down the tube. Woo! Adam Scott. And of course, a little bit of a crazy ride. A couple of birdies straight out of the gate there at 2 and 3 for Adam. His bogeys at 4 and 7, all gone now with that hole out at 8. Let's go to Brandon Grace.
And this is a par 3, 214 yards. Coming in here with a 4-iron.
Yeah, can't go long.
Over to 2.
Okay, we got the visualization done.
165 in total. Back edge is at 170, and that is definitely a no-go. Very steep green from right to left. That is left.
Maybe made up for the tee shot a little bit, and that's going to leave him wanting from about 40 feet away. So not the start that Jason Day wanted, but he's only 2 shots back.
Jonathan Vegas 4 under for the championship, 3 under on his round today. His next start will be at the Olympics for Venezuela. Yuta Akita for birdie at number 5. Third round 73, but he's going in the right direction here in the final round. 1 under par on his day. At the 17th, this is Kevin Na for par. And Na stays bogey-free, made 6 here yesterday. Avoids doing the same thing today. 1 hole remaining in his major championship season. At the 11th, KJ Choi has a lengthy par putt. Choi 2 under on his round after birdies at 9 and 10. Made bogey here yesterday. Pars the first 2 rounds. Very pleasant man from South Korea. Just dives out of the hole at the end, and KJ Choi will drop a shot. 17, third shot for Soren Kjeldsen. Nice round today for Kjeldsen. He's got 3 birdies, no bogeys, and an opportunity for a 4th to go 2 under for the championship. At 17. Looking at the radar here, you see the green pin that says PGA Championship. Looks pretty clear. Some showers sliding through the area, but no dangerous weather at all. Course holding up very well. Live island round action continues as Jimmy Walker has this birdie putt at number 1 for a 3-shot lead. Pounds it through the break. Some optimism that they will finish this championship today as we go to the 6th. McGirt for birdie. Current pace of play just a shade under 4 hours. At the 12th, Grace for birdie to pull within 1. So Grace has cooled off a bit. 3 birdies in his first 7 holes. Now Jason Day for birdie, number 2. Get back to 10 under. Defending champion will stay 2 back if Walker can make this par putt at number 1. Now McGirt does a trickier putt than it seems at number 6 for par. Now Stenson. Second shot at number 3. Henrik Stenson hole high as he tries to go back-to-back in terms of major championship victories, having won 2 weeks ago today at Troon. Third hole, 505-yard par 4, dog legs from right to left. Greens in regulation. Just half the field, second hardest green to hit on the entire golf course. Protected by 3 bunkers in the front. Jimmy Walker on the tee at 2. Wants to be in the left side of the fairway, using an iron off the tee. And Jimmy Walker leading by a pair here at the 98th PGA Championship. Live action continues. Jason Day with a bogey at the first. As we go to 17, Lee Westwood for his birdie. Lee took a run at it, but unable to convert. So Westwood stays 5 over. At 16, this is Hatton for par. And Billy Hurley for birdie at 8. Bogey 2 of his first 3, but got one back at number 5 and stays 1 over for his round, 3 under for the championship. On the tee at 12, John Curran. Currently 2 under for the championship. Lengthy look for his first birdie of the day on the tee at 16, New Zealander Danny Lee. Danny will have that to get back to even par for his round, 1 under for the championship. As we go to 10, Webb Simpson for birdie, quietly making a move at 6 under par. Webb Simpson, that's 6 under for the championship, even on his round. He shot 66 round 3. We go to 4, and Brooks Koepka.
And up ahead to the 13th.
We're keeping an eye on Brendan Grace after a perfect tee shot from 170. Staring this down and right at it. Another birdie chance to get within a shot of the lead to 3.
Maybe the toughest tee shot on the golf course. He has missed it left toward the grandstand at the 4th.
Yeah, it's hit the trees and dropped down, I believe, Dottie. It's a fix from that tee shot that he blew right at the first. That's going to be a tough second shot from the rough there, having to hook it around the trees. Back to 2.
Jimmy Walker now ready to play from 184. 7 iron in his hands.
Can't get anybody to get that get their iron shot all the way back here, Peter.
Well, the fear of bouncing over shouldn't be a factor with the greens as soft as they are.
There we
but
go.
Still, it's difficult to get it all the way back there.
Good looking shot right there, Peter, right at it. He's going to have, it looks like about 10-12 feet there for his birdie. Let's go to Jordan Spieth.
At the 6th, this is for birdie. you go. He had bogeyed the third, so he's back to even par for this fourth round, but he finds himself 7 back of the lead. Let's go to 3.
From 25 feet, Stenson for birdie. Have to be so cautious from over there. It gets pretty quick away from the hole there. So he'll have that for the par to remain just 2 back. 4 tied at 9 under. McGirt back to 8 after that misstep at 6. Jimmy Walker leads the way by 2 here.
Let's go out to number 10, second shot for John Senden.
Come on. Shot.
So Senden will have a birdie putt. As we go to KJ Choi at the 12th for birdie. On the tee at 9, Hurley getting set to play.
In the hole. Be right, Billy.
Applause from the gallery, though he'd love to be much closer for a legitimate birdie try. Final round action continuing here at the 98th PGA Championship from Baltusrol Golf Club in Springfield, New Jersey. Play was suspended yesterday at 2:14. Not another golf shot was hit, but they finished third rounds. Started the final rounds today. Jason Day making a bogey at his first. The lead went from 1 to 2 as we go out to number 6, and Ricky Fowler second. Parred this hole the first 3 rounds. Dropped a shot at number 1, but birdied the second. So Fowler even on his round. 3 under for the championship. And he'll have another long birdie putt. Up at the 16th, Steve Stricker for birdie. Steve running out of holes to make a birdie. He dropped a shot at 5, doubled the 13th. He's got the 2 par 5s. The long 17th and shorter 18th ahead of him. At 13, this is David Lingmarth for birdie. Jason Day second at number 3. Long way for this par 4. Had a good lie in the rough.
Come on, Jason! What do you say, Jason? Way to go, Jay!
So
unable to wrap
from there before. He hit a big old cut around the trees.
First crooked one of the day. If his bad ones are 30 feet, he can operate from there.
I tell you, these greens on Wednesday night were perfect. They're as beautiful as you'll ever see, and then all the heat stressed them, and you see burned them out in some spots here. Not to take away from what Mark Coons and his team did just to even present this final day of competition and leading up to this championship. It's really great work. Let's go to the second hole.
Peter, everybody's missed this putt to the right.
Well, it's supposed to break left.
Literally everybody just has hung it out there, and it kind of curves afterwards, but That was a good putt right there. And one of the shortcomings this year, Peter, and again, I was looking up, and he was second strokes gained putting last year, and he's 55th this year. So he's given up about a half a stroke a round.
Yeah, and I think that's because of all the time he's been spending working on his golf swing.
Yep.
The old rob Peter to pay Paul.
Let's go to 13.
And Grace to get to within one of the lead. And the 28-year-old from South Africa in the thick of things at a major once again, 10 under. Fourth birdie of the final round, and Brendan Grace has been absolutely spectacular here in this final round. Here he is at 2 for birdie. This after shooting 66 in the third round. Another birdie chance, similar distance at the fourth to get to 8 under. Hardest hole on the course for the final round, the 7th. And just dialed in. And that was from 192. Made birdie there. And then after a perfect tee shot, here at the 13th, just going right at this back left hole location, and able to convert that. He was in the thick of things for a while on Sunday last year, Whistling Straits. Of course, came close to capturing a major at Chambers Bay. Started the final round 5 back, currently 1 behind Jimmy Walker. Over to the 7th, Will McGirt to get to 9 under. 36 feet away. McGirt 1 under for his final round. 66 for his third round earlier today. To 4.
And Stenson playing with Martin Keimer. Keimer 1 under through the first 3 holes, 5 under for the championship, but Stenson at 9 under.
Yeah, Keimer was said earlier on he was looking forward to it in 36 holes. He felt that was makes it into a mental game as well. Mental stamina, keep churning out good shots. Back to 3.
Ian, you were right. It's a terrific lie.
See the grass growing with him? That's down green. So the grass lays down as people have walked that way around the green. That's why it's not a bad lie.
And minimal resistance, pitching uphill to begin with, and then pretty flat around the hole itself. It didn't come out as hot as he thought it would have.
Yeah, it didn't jump, did it?
No.
Will McGirt made his par. I think, too, he wanted to leave it under the hole as we watched that. See the grass laying down, and Dottie said minimal resistance, so it just trims in there. He's a minimalist when it comes to wrist hinge. See the club just get stuck a little bit in the grass. Perhaps that's why it came up 10 feet short. 6 from 8 in scrambling. That's 8th. He'll have an uphill 10-footer for his par as we go to 4.
Seeing a lot of putts come up short.
Yeah, a little bit of nerves, a little bit of rain, everything.
To 3.
Jimmy Walker with driver. He has no trouble turning it over.
Yeah, this is headed way right toward the trees, Ian. And, oh, it makes it through the trees. Never touched a thing. And he's down by one of the food tents.
Wow, that's a long way down, Peter.
Yeah, he's got a
big
firm bounce. Yeah.
Oh, this way down past those 300-yard trees.
Let's use the Konica Minolta BizHub swing vision camera again. Watch the right knee of Jimmy Walker. He's been working on trying to brace that a little bit better to control his backswing. And then from there, he tries to really rotate his body coming forward, and evidence of that is going to be the rotation of his head. Trying to almost be like Henrik Stenson or Annika Sorenstam and get the head rotating through impact before the club head arrives. That one didn't look like he rotated the head nearly as much as I've seen him do in some other swings, but either way, club face open, path to the right. That's the push.
His spine angle went a little bit backwards there as he threw his arms through that one.
It looked like that to me too.
Yeah.
Yep. That was his ball over there, way to the right. And he was trying to start it down the right, as Peter said, and sling it back around that corner. Big dog leg right to left. Over to 14.
And on the tee, Brandon Grace. One back now. Henrik Stenson made par at the fourth. Well done. Left side of the fairway. Jimmy Walker's ball. Back at the third. He leads Brandon Grace by 1. Grace is 11 holes in front of him.
Out to the 18th, Kevin Na for birdie. And he has certainly helped his case here in the final round. A final round 66. And Na, a bogey-free final round. Moved way up the leaderboard with that nice closing 66. At the 6th, Jamie Donaldson for birdie. Dropped the shot at the first, all par since then, and Donaldson at 13, KJ Choi second. And he'll have an opportunity for a birdie. Back at the 10th, John Senden for birdie. Just misses his third against, 0 bogeys. Matsuyama second at number 6. All pars on his scorecard today. Westwood, 4th shot at the par 5, 18th. So a tough final round for Lee Westwood. And a tough final hole as Jimmy Walker finds his golf ball. He'll get relief from that fence. And talk to members of the Rules Committee, John Paramore from the European Tour. And
might be coming out on different points. Well, I think where that ball was, so we're going to measure one, drop it in the second club.
So they're measuring the nearest point of relief, line of sight relief, from the initial condition that they found his ball. If it ends up on that cart path, or his stance is, he'll then get another drop. Since the ball bounced closer to the hole, he redrops. Since the second drop bounced closer to the hole, he will place where the second drop first made contact with the ground. And now he's entitled to take relief from the cart path once the initial temporary immovable obstruction has been relieved. He could elect also to play off that cart path. Might have a cleaner lie from there, but Jimmy Walker will assess his possibilities.
While this was all going on, Jason Day had this putt for par from just outside 11 feet.
He saw Grillo hit a putt that went right on nearly the same line, and that one hung.
He may have to change his strategy with those two poor drives at 1 and 3, and maybe try the 3-wood as we go to 14.
And here's the second shot of Brandon Grace. Young man from South Africa. Well done. 4 under on today's round. Well, it's been feast or famine in majors for Brandon Grace. At this year's Open Championship, tied for 72nd. At the U.S. Open, tied for 5th. Missed the cut in the Masters, but 3rd in the PGA Championship at Whistling Straits last year. Let's go to 5.
This will be the birdie chip. Brooks kept going with the green. I'd give it a pretty good clank right there. Didn't go in, just got caught between the flag stick and the left edge of that hole. Might have been going a little quick. Can't have everything. Let's go to 4.
Jason Day.
The 6-iron over that glassy pond. No wind at all.
Oh, he loves to draw the ball. A bit like Stenson, away from the flag, though.
Okay, nothing wrong with that.
That's a help, Nora. Exactly.
Back to 3.
Well, Ian, I think he's going to elect to pitch this out short of the hazard and try to get it up and down from short of the green. Not sure he's going to take on the green from this position right now.
Oh, he's going a big hard cut, Peter.
Yeah, I stand corrected.
Beautifully played. Once you've got the short brass, you can get the club cleanly on the ball. You can apply the spin, and that was well played. Avoided the trees. 14.
And here is Grace's bid to tie for the lead. That never really had a chance. So at least for the moment, he'll remain 1 back. And we go back to 3.
Right through the front.
Let's take a look at that shot. He goes around the tree, low cut. Bubba played a similar shot, but obviously lefty from the other side of the fairway an hour or 2 earlier. To get it on the surface there was very good. Good break. Clean the shoes off. Look respectable as we go to 4.
Yeah, looking nice and relaxed as well, having a good chuckle with his caddy. That's very important. The reason why they don't like missing this flag left, Jim, is a big ridge comes in from that back section of the green, feeds down. So this might have 3-4 feet of left to right in it.
Oh, it's actually, he's looking even more than that. Nick is probably in the 6-foot range. And match up the speed, the line.
And another one comes up shortish.
I think it's difficult to figure out the speeds when they have not mown the greens in between the 2 rounds.
Look at this at the 5th.
He's got the arm strength for this one.
Well, it's a good strike. He's definitely looking at it. Excellent. Excellent golf shot right there. That ball you can miss to the right so easily because that's where you've got to aim it out there. And let's go now to 8.
And Willie McGirt missed the fairway off the tee. Came up short. First putt to here. So 2-3 putts through his first 8 holes have been the reason why he's about to drop his second shot. really, breeze has sort of died down. 7 under, that's 4 back from Jimmy Walker, who's on top. They're playing for the Wanamaker Trophy. On all the way back in 1916. James Barnes, he was the first name on that trophy. Who's going to put it there later in the day?
Long Jim Barnes, that first champion with a nickname because he would hit it more than 300 yards and because he was tall. Now Matsuyama with a birdie putt. Well short, so Matsuyama without a birdie in his final round. As we go back to the 5th, Martin Keimer second. Keimer birdied the second. All 3 other holes today with pars. Well, he'll have some work to do if he wants to make par here at number 5. Got to get up and down from that nasty rough, short-sided. At 18, Soren Kjeldsen for eagle. A bogey-free 65 today with birdies on 3 of his final 5 holes if he can convert that one. And Kjeldsen, a nice PGA championship. 73 yesterday. Really the only glitch in his entire 4-day stay here at Baltusrol Golf Club. At the 10th, long-range birdie putt for Billy Hurley. And Hurley will have a lot of work left to try and stay 1 over on his round. 3 under for the championship. Up to the 13th, Oosthuizen for birdie. And Louis with back-to-back birdies after bogeys at 5 and 7. He's even on his round. 2 under for the championship. At the 14th, second shot for KJ Choi. And Choi will have that for birdie to move to 3 under, 2 under on his round. On the tee at 15, Brandon Grace.
Clapping. Looks like another fairway hit for Grace. This hole was lengthened some 23 yards from 2005 when Mickelson won. As we go to the 5th.
Well, from that lie he had out of the bunker, it's not bad at all. It's been a lot worse. Bunker over there on the right, a big old slope over here on the left. So he's going to have a throw at it here from about 30. So we're not seeing much here, are we? We're looking for, you know, ebbs and flows. We see Brandon Grace, but the only guy that's got some harumph going. Everybody else is just kind of laying back and hanging around what they started with. So we'll see if somebody breaks out of the pack here. But right now, Brandon Grace, boy, he throws one in early there and gets to 11 or 12. Yeah, back on the tee now. Really trying to find some kind of swing.
That's a 3-wood that will be the first fairway of the day for Jason Day.
There's a start. There's a start right there, Dottie. Let's go try 6.
And just on the left side of the fairway, here is Brooks Koepka, currently tied for 3rd. Even par for the day, 9 under for the tournament. 169 to the hole. No spin. But a nice shot. to 3.
From just outside 50 feet.
Uphill at the beginning until it reaches that crest, and now it'll pick up speed.
Good aggressive play with the second shot there, Peter, and had a go at the putt as well.
Yeah, I mean, he's comfortable. He's relaxed out here. So
that's where his ball was from the drive, way over to the right. And then he cut it around the trees with a long iron to 51 feet. And I agree, he does look relaxed considering he's never been in this position in a major. He has won 5 times on tour before in the last 3 years. And of course, top 10 in strokes gained tee to green this week, Peter, as well as top 10 in putting. So that's a pretty good combo. And his scrambling's good as well. So that's why he's in front, Brandon Grace, at 10 under, just 1 back, with just 4 holes to go.
Yuta Akita, third shot at number 8. One under on his round after a birdie at the 5th. Have a chance to save par here at 8. Up at the 15th, David Lingmerth, his second shot, excuse me. Made birdie here yesterday. He'll have about 25 feet to do so again here today. Up at the 18th, an eagle putt for Tyrrell Hatton. Shot 66 in round 3 with a double bogey at the 10th, but 6 birdies, including 17 and 18, which is what he'll try to do today. Close with a pair of birdies. At the 16th, this is Scott Hend for birdie. Tough day for Scott. 3 bogeys and a birdie on his card. Hasn't posted an over par round at Baltusrol. This for pars, we got a 12. Tanahara for birdie. At the 18th, how about this? Second shot landed right here for Song. So this is an eagle putt at the 18th. Even on his round, 3 birdies, 3 bogeys, and an eagle. We'll see. So a final round 68, and Young Han Song finishes this PGA Championship even par. On the 5th, Jason Day is second. So Jason Day trying to right the ship, move closer to Jimmy Walker, who has a par putt at number 3. Walker stays even on his round as Jason Day is 2 over on his. Brandon Grace moving closer to the top. He's at 15. This is his second. Would have liked to have gotten closer with that shorter club in his hand, but Grace will have an opportunity to grab a share of the lead with that putt. Weather has turned calm here in Springfield, New Jersey. 77 degrees. Not much wind at all. Rain not really dropping at all. On the tee at 4, Jimmy Walker. And Walker will have that for birdie. Koepka for birdie at 6.
$211 yards. Really low flight in there. Over 100 feet. And by the way, pretty straight. What a shot that was. 4 under? Yeah, you're going to be going at all of them now. 7 shots back. 15.
Chance to tie for the lead for Brendan Grace. Nick, the mountain is to his right. Obviously, that influences just about every putt on this golf course.
Interesting, Frank. We've been looking at high ball flight players this week having the advantage, and he's about the lowest out there on tour, and right there.
You're exactly right. That's the soft greens. Certainly helping him out on the back end. Remember, 2 par 5s to finish here. Now to 6.
Henrik Stenson has found the rough, but it appears he's got a decent lie. 199. Oh, well done. Almost hole high. Even par for the round. 9 under for the tournament. So he continues his pursuit of Jimmy Walker, who is playing the 4th at 11 under par.
Live coverage of the final round of the year's final major championship continues. This, Zach Johnson, his 3rd shot at number 11.
Probably where they're standing right now. Yeah. So he's
And the way Zach Johnson putts, reasonable chance he'll make his par here. At the 18th, New Zealander Danny Lee, his 3rd shot at the par 5. 18, playing 526 yards in this final round. So he'll have that for his birdie. Lee 1 over on his final round. At the 12th, Adam Scott for birdie. Scott just rolls over the left edge of the hole, and pleasant champion from Australia finishes up his par. Now at the 14th, Oosthuizen for birdie. Louis Oosthuizen 3 in a row. Birdies at 12, 13, and now 14. Goes to 3 under for the championship, 1 under for the tournament. Excuse me, for this round. On the tee at 16, David Lingmerth. Coming off a birdie at 15, it didn't sound like he liked it too much, and that's why. Not just a bunker shot, he's got to come over decent amount of bunker and awkward angle to that 16th green. Baltusrol is major tested. How about the U.S. Open in 03? The Open again in 15 and 36. In between there, though, 15 and 36, it was redesigned by Tillinghast. 93, Lee Janzen kissed the trophies. 2005, PGA Championship for Phil Mickelson. Brandon Grace now on the tee at 16. All pars throughout the week for him here.
Most of these guys are shooting this ball right in the middle of the green and then putting. There you go. That's fine. That's just fine. Remember now, we play all the way through. No par fives. Nothing. 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 And finally, you get to 17 and 18, and we got the par five. So those are the ones you go get. This hole's kind of bridge to those. Get your 3 and get out of here. Let's go to 4.
Walker for birdie.
Much slower than it appears, putting back toward the mountain.
Yeah, another one joins the club.
Everyone we've seen from that side, most of them have come from the left of the green, left side of the green. They've all finished in about that same spot. Up to the 5th.
Okay, he's got to make it. I know it's early, but he's got to make it. There you go. He's got to get back. Got to get back on the flow here. Get a little Mo on his side.
Well, he's got the crowd on his side, certainly, Gary.
There we go. Just kind of like a late wake-up call, Dottie. What do you think?
I agree. I mean, I think the schedule today has people a little out of their element.
I know I am. Let's go to 4.
You know, Walker this morning had the same kind of start that Day is having here in round 4. Had 2 early bogeys and then really played great golf the rest of the way.
In fact, he had 3 on the front 9, and then, as you said, found his tempo and was played beautifully on the back.
To 6.
And Henrik Stenson for birdie. That has a chance. First birdie of the day for Stenson. He joins Brandon Grace, 1 back of Jimmy Walker. Stenson remarkably in the first 3 rounds, 67, 67, 67. And here's Jason Day.
He's just begging for a high cut. This is actually turning over. May need a little bit of help to stay in the fairway up the left side.
Well, it does, Dottie. Barely.
3rd of the day.
Go to 5.
You can see 3 went off the tee. Bunker stacked on the left. 3 of them. 1 on the right.
This is headed toward the bunker on the right, just to the left edge. It's going to be close.
Aha! Perfect. Very clever. To that good looking 6-iron he poured in here. It's just about automatic, isn't it? Kind of automatic, but he made it 2. Nicely done. There we go. And we're starting to see some birdies now. This is what we wanted. It's a major. Here we go. There was some momentum. Now he's got a lot of smiles going right now. Jason Day, the defending champion. Can he win 2 in a row? I'm going to stay tuned. I hope you do too.
Here in New Jersey, we're for golf traditions and the love of the game. We're the state where legends are made on America's greatest golf courses. We're the birthplace of the birdie and the proud home of championships. From the mountains to the shore, classic designs to pastoral layouts, New Jersey boasts hundreds of outstanding public and daily fee courses that you can play. Plan your pilgrimage at visitnj.org.
And New Jersey, the site of the final round. PGA Championship. Spectators young and old enjoying this, the final major championship of 2016, year in and year out. The last chance for players to claim a spot on the major championship roster, to claim their place and immortality on one of the 4 most important trophies in our game. This, the Wanamaker Trophy, handed out for the last 100 years. 1916, the first time, and that went to Long Jim Barnes. 1916 is when the association was formed, just about 25 miles from here. As we go to the 16th, second shot for David Lingmerth. Excellent recovery, so Lingmerth will make his par here at the 16th. At 13, John Senden has a par putt. Nice championship for him. And that'll be the first drop shot for the Australian in this, the final round. Had birdies at 5 and 8. At 16, Brandon Grace's birdie putt on the way. He'll have some work left for his par. A couple of par fives ahead. He trails by two, excuse me. Stenson at 7T. He trails by a shot. He drives it through the fairway into the rough. At 7. This is the third shot for Brooks Koepka, just within 2. That's well done. Brooks will have that left for his par to stay even on his round. And 2 back at Jimmy Walker. Walker is at the 5th, ready to play his second.
What does that help?
Oh boy. If you'd have seen this ball, 156 yards rather. 8 iron for him, Gary.
Really nothing back there, Peter. You just kind of, get it up on the back right of this green. It's flat up there. One of the easier holes out here today on the golf course. Even par so far, 11 under. See if we can get something going.
Bringing this in a little lower than normal for an 8 iron for him.
Cut it back up in there, and that leaves him a good look at that putt. Albeit about 18 feet away. That's Jimmy Walker. We're going to go to 6.
Well, Vern, we got to take that fairway away.
Yes.
Lie's fine, though. 8 iron. 164, slightly uphill. And slightly uphill lie. Well, that's an aggressive line. Trying to turn over.
Well, he's fine. Well, as you know, they completed the 3rd round this morning, early. This is for birdie at the 6th. Oh, that was an easily makeable 74-foot putt. The defending champion. Just said 74, 8 inches actually. Longest putt made this week. And he did birdie the 5th, the first of the day, after a rough start to the 4th round. Let's go to 8. 7.
Koepka, that was for another par. So he remains at -9. Obviously, a very steady start to his final round of 15.
That was 16th hole. Remember that putt he had from about 40 feet short, and he thought it'd hook and went to the right. Got it up there without 4 feet. And wow, missed that one. That is a huge blow. to this PGA Championship. Brandon Grace. Now he's got 2 par 5s he can try to beat up on coming in, albeit they're pretty long. But he got derailed there. And he's going to bogey that to go back to 9 under, the only square we've had today, just at a bad time. They usually never come at a good time. Let's go to 7.
All right, Stenson from that thick rough. Here's one back. And obviously not pleased. He has played just remarkable golf since the start of the Open Championship. Could a second consecutive major be in the offing for Henrik Stenson at the 98th PGA Championship?
On the tee at 16, KJ Choi. KJ's made par here each of the first 3 days and has a long birdie putt here in the final round. To the 12th, Zach Johnson has a birdie putt. And Zach will stay 1 over on his round, 1 under for the championship. Third round play was suspended yesterday at 2:14 p.m. Didn't hit another golf shot all day long. Third rounds were finished up today. Fourth rounds began. All players have begun their final rounds. We're watching live action from Baltusrol Golf Club. Third shot at number 13 for Greg Bourdie. He'll have a lengthy par putt here. Frenchman even on his round as we go back to number 10. Yuta Aikita for birdie. Aikita unable to move to 2 under on his championship and 2 under for the round. Bogey free. And 1 birdie today. Back to 13, Bourdie for par. A little too much pace as Bourdie makes bogey. This is Jason Day at the 6th, just 2 back. This for birdie.
So close. Jason 1/3 of the way now through his final round. 1 over for round 4. And we go to 5.
Can he get his first birdie of the final round? He was gunning for it. Good putt right there. They'll put some change on that and wait for his second. 11 under par. And now let's go to Mr. Stenson.
Coming off his first birdie of the final round. And it's a lovely effort. Trying to remain at 10 under. 5.
That was a heck of a bunker shot right there. Jimmy Walker clean it up. Does that nicely. Giving the field a bunch of pars here early. Kind of take that. Nobody's caught him yet, so maybe it's good philosophy. Who knows? Uh-oh, who's this?
Yeah, it would be Andrew Johnston finishing with a birdie. Whole new legion of fans over in the States.
Well, he gives back, doesn't he? They shout to him, he shouts back. And he's got that smile etched on his face all day long.
Here he is walking off.
The kids love him. They scramble. They want. He just signs beef. His autograph is just beef. You know.
Has a little time for everybody, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a good lad.
To 7.
On the tee.
It's the tee shot that gave him so much trouble in the second round, but seemed to turn his championship around.
It really did. He made double here, but then responded with 7 birdies in the next 8 holes.
6. Jimmy Walker on the tee.
Good free move through the impact area, and that should be just dandy.
Well, he lost it left.
Did it get through the fairway?
8th hole.
Second shot for Koepka. 7 straight pars to here. Fortunately, a clean lie. Relatively big green too here as well at 8, but the flag is on the right. And you can spin it. Well, at least a bit. Oh, there it is. Settles back onto the green, so it's not all bad. Go back to the 7th.
Nice par at the 7th after finding the green side bunker. So still 1 under for his final round. And 1 back. Henrik Stenson. On this long day for these players here at the 98th PGA Championship.
Back down the fairway, 140 yards to go for Brandon Grace. He'd gone 26 holes without a bogey before that one back there, and was 9 under in that stretch. It's got to go. Got to go birdie, birdie, don't you think, Nick? At least you'd have to try and get to 11.
Oh, most definitely.
Of course, no stranger to this situation in the last couple of years. 3 top 5s in his last 6 majors. So. In some ways, Nick, this far back is better than being up closer, because I've seen a lot of balls spinning back 40 feet to the front edge on this hole.
Yeah, they got the flag just over a little false front, just rolls back down, and it's on a little crest where they've located that in that left corner. Just an awkward lie, isn't it? It's a little more uphill than it looks on television. Plus the ball below your feet.
Ball below the feet, firing uphill.
There,
settle.
stay just.
Okay. 12 to 14 feet, I would say, straight up the hill for birdie. Zach Roseo, his caddy there, giving a little advice and a pat on the back. Over to 8.
Long putt here for Brooks Koepka. I feel like the leaderboard's just in a holding pattern at the moment. Of course, Koepka playing with that ankle injury. This is his first start back since Bridgestone. And this is what the hole looks like from the tee side. So just an iron for Stenson. Perhaps a little bit of turf and ball at the same time. Still managed to get a short iron on. Hole just bends a little to the right. Certainly sets up a good opportunity for the players as we go back to Jimmy Walker.
And his second shot, Peter.
179 yards. Pretty good lie, although it might fly, which I think is why he's taken an 8-iron.
Oh, gosh. Really well done. Jimmy trying to become wire to wire winner of the PGA Championship. Peter, take another look.
With the Konica Minolta BizHub Swing Vision camera, really take note of the angle of the shaft, the lean of the shaft at impact. He had a pretty good lie behind the golf ball, but see the shaft leaning forward, making no attempt to swing under and up on the ball. Drives his right knee over to his left through impact. Just a good solid swing motion through the hitting area.
I like the way, Peter, he's playing a draw off the tee and a fade with his irons.
Yeah, he's working it both ways. He looks very comfortable, Nick.
2-9.
Par 3, good look here, straight up the hill, and it's just a little tug. Just enough to ruin your day, that little tug. Matsuyama's going to stay. That's 7 under, 4 shots back.
Not like a 6 I think with 6 you've got to be very precise. Yeah. 7 1 6 1 6 like if I hit this too hard, that too hard.
Jason Day.
Well, it brings that into
card
play a little.
from the second round. Double at the 7th, and then that torrid stretch, culminating with the 31 coming in.
Yep, okay. We want to finish in line with
brilliant bounce back from our reigning champion.
And it was a really mature process he went through trying to get back into that round. He said his only goal was to get back to even for the day. And then it just continued to build and build and build. So 188 for this second in the saddle area of the screen.
Go, Pat. Yeah.
7 iron.
And that will drift just short of the collar. Jason trying to become the first player since Tiger to win the PGA back-to-back. It's only been done by 4 other players as we go to 17.
And another interesting statistic as we watch Brandon Grace from 16 feet, 18% this season from that distance. The only other player from South Africa to win the PGA is Gary Player. He did it twice. You may think Nick Price back in '92 at Bellerive, but he's actually from Zimbabwe in southern Africa. But Gary Player, a 2-time PGA champ. Really needs to make this up the hill. That's a shame. I think he needs 3 at the last now, Nick.
Well, I'm not even sure of that. I think these guys are playing pretty solid, pretty steady. And if they just keep picking off a couple, you know, as I said earlier, maybe they probably get to 12, maybe 13.
Back to the par 3.
All right, Bruce Koepka likes to just hit a thumping cut. He makes a very loud noise at impact. We'll get to enjoy that.
Get in the hole!
Koepka with a nice tee shot at the 9th. We'll have that for birdie. Live final round action of the final major championship 2016 continues as Paul Casey trying to finish his 2016 major championship resume with a birdie. Does so just moments ago. 3 birdies. His final 5 holes. Nice finish at 7 under par. Currently tied for 6th as we go to the 6th hole. Jimmy Walker for birdie. A 2-shot lead. Not enough. As Walker stays 1 clear of Henrik Stenson. All pars in his final round thus far. Stenson's playing the 8th. His second shot. 8 8 playing 381 yards. Stenson not happy with that shot. He'll have a long birdie putt. Sure, he's reached the green, but about as far away as you can be on this green. Jimmy Walker looking for his first major championship victory. Henrik Stenson looking for his second in 2 weeks. Won the Open Championship at Troon 2 weeks ago today with a closing round 63. Jason Day, the defending champion, just 2 shots back. A lot of these players have finished up their rounds already. Many of them too far back to put any kind of serious move on the lead. So it's really down to a few players here in the final round of the year's final major.
The WWE Universe.